together as Rotarians, as we celebrate with laughter, joy, fellowship, but also with the seriousness of being serious about what we do. Rotary is doing and not just talking. Bless us, good to see the food. Some of us are very eager. We welcome those who are visiting with us. We give you thanks for letting us out.
Amen. Nice.
Okay, pledge allegiance, John.
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, John. We have two visitors. Mark, you want to go first? Just introduce yourself.
Mark Daniels. Mr. Grant, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm with the Charlotte Providence Rotary Club. Thanks for letting me join you. You were, yes.
Yes. I'm James Grant. I'm here visiting. I'm here on business. North Carolina, Charlotte is one of my territories. And I'm with the Breakfast Club of downtown Charleston, Rotary. And I've been Rotarian since '96 and started at Spring Valley Rotary in Columbia, South Carolina.
You'd like to tell us a little bit about that? The October thing?
You have a fundraiser?
Yes, we are having a fundraiser on October 17th at the Carmel Country Club. I work for SEAL Kids. We provide academic support for children that have learning disabilities such as ADHD, dyslexia, autism, and a wide variety of different learning disabilities in the Navy SEAL community. When their dad is out on mission 9 months to 10 months out of the year, and the children don't know when their dad's gonna come back or if their dad's gonna come back, it really weighs heavy on their minds, and the first thing that suffers is their schoolwork. And we are the only military organization, nonprofit organization that helps the children of our Navy SEAL veterans and current Navy SEAL folks. And we have one fundraiser here in Charlotte, Carmel Country Club, and October 17th, and we're gonna start by having the Navy SEALs parachute in from the sky and land right on the back lawn of the Carmel Country Club. And we're gonna have dinner and information and a good time, and I'll send out more information.
Yeah, please. That's how.
I think we should have that done in conjunction with our 75th anniversary.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was our 75th anniversary.
Why not, right?
Yeah.
Why
We can
not?
talk about it.
Absolutely.
You're gonna have Dollar Park.
No, that's the district. I'm talking about our 75th anniversary.
Our current president is military, so that's why he's out today.
He probably would love to.
He was, I think.
I don't know, he's Army.
Hoorah.
But remember, this is about children.
Exactly.
Yes, that's a great point, James.
Yes. Okay, we have several announcements. We are speaking of the anniversary, we're looking at probably the first weekend in November for our anniversary party. Rosemary was going to chair it, but she will probably be out of town then. She has agreed to stay on the committee, but we will chair for that. We have quite a few people on the committee already, so we'll discuss with them who might want to take over. There is a survey the district is trying to get people to fill out. I put it in the email, and it's in the newsletter this week. So if you haven't filled it out, which most of you haven't, most of the district hasn't, please fill it out because they will be using this to come up with some of their programs and things that they'll be doing throughout the year. Next week's speaker is Joseph Machio. And he'll be speaking on health disparities. Our next Medicine is July 25th. Our next diaper bank is August 3rd. And Queen City, it has a fundraiser at Tool Bank on August 1st. It's an evening from 6 to 8. And after that, they'll be going to Monday Night Brewing, which is just down the street from the Tool Bank. So if you are available, we would love to have you there. August 26th is our first East Boulevard cleanup. We have one spot left for this one. Joyce said she was going to do it, but we haven't heard from her yet, so
Told her.
sign up before she does, or you won't have a spot. Kevin, you have announcements?
Just a couple of announcements. We had Queen City did a very nice social service project at Olmec Brewery this past Tuesday. This past Tuesday. We did some thank you cards for an upcoming honor flight. That's coming up on October 14th. And Queen City is actually supporting that through a district project. Joyce is actually in the process, along with a couple of other folks, of trying to come up with a fundraiser for the honor flight. She's already contracted with a band that's going to be at her house. We're going to have beer, wine, tickets will be sold, but the whole idea is to generate funding in support of the veterans who want to participate in the honor flight. And we're 110% behind her. We think we will have quite a good turnout. We asked the Charlotte Club to help participate. I talked to Evan Peacock, and he's on board. Waxhaw Weddington is on board. You guys may remember Christina Capello. She's retired now, but Lieutenant Colonel in the Army Reserve. They're on board. They'll be helping. Those seats are $500 a piece, so we want to do everything we can to make sure we pack the flight. And actually, we want to do something a little bit more sustainable for the honor flight, something that we can build, some kind of a trust fund or something that we don't have to continue to beg, borrow, and steal to fund these veterans going on this flight. So there's much more to come on that. We had a really good turnout. Went to Medicine. Howard was there. Thank you, Howard, for being there. They have a transitional jobs program. They had an event. Was it Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday. I can't remember.
It was all
My days run together, but they've had an outstanding. For those who don't know, the transitional job program is a reentry program for people who had run-ins with the law and they're trying to get their lives back, trying to reintegrate themselves into society. And they celebrated their 5-year anniversary on Tuesday. They've had 32 participants in the transitional jobs program. 31 are fully employed as of today. So they have had remarkable success in helping people to reclaim their lives. And then we had a good turnout. Hugh and Barbara, thank you for being there at the diaper bank this past Thursday. Great turnout there. We probably had 13 or 14 volunteers. I had 4 of my neighbors that were there, and we knocked out a crap load of diapers. Unintended. Yes. So that's all I got.
Thank you, Kevin.
You just found.
Happy hours.
You just found.
Yeah.
Marcia will be up to the next year.
Yes. I'm happy. I will donate online as I always do, but I'm happy because all my life I've heard that Kegel exercises were for women who were going through childbirth, correct?
Yes.
And other things, yeah.
Kegel exercises are not just for women. They are for men because my physical therapist has me practicing my Kegels. I want you to know, if you ever need to perfect your Kegel technique, I'm the dude. I can help you out.
That's scary.
That's scary.
The world that I walk into.
Give her the money.
Is that gonna be the next volunteer event? We're all gonna Kegel together?
Giggling, we're giggling. That's today's program, how to giggle.
Oh my God. Since I'm unmuted, can I do happy dollars?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm gonna donate online since I missed my birthday twin. I missed seeing my birthday twin. So David Hodgkins, I'm gonna make a little donation in honor of our birthdays last week. So
awesome. I think you should do a combination of your ages. Just a recommendation.
so $25.
That works.
Our son's surgery has been moved up to October the 7th, so hopefully he will be.
August the 7th.
Cool. So hopefully he'll be back to normal by the end of August.
Wow.
Yeah, awesome.
Good news.
Best birthday present for him.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you. I'm donating in the hopes that Kevin will not use that Kegel theme as his primary speech.
Light bulb.
I think you named that name.
He didn't even tell his wife that, so.
No, some things you don't share.
Some things you don't share.
I thought today was a happy day until I heard from Kevin. However, I'm very proud of some of my kids today. They're out traveling in the Midwest. They bought them a motor home and they're trying to see the country. And there's a big bicycle deal that takes place in Iowa this next week. And so they're going out there with some friends to watch that. And so I'm tracking them as they go and they're not happy about that. But at any rate, I'm happy for the family and they're having safe travels.
Cool.
Awesome.
Once a parent, always a parent.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am in my first week of retirement.
Go gets better.
That's great. What are you planning, Mark?
I got all kinds of things, projects. I'll stay busy.
More.
Might take some contract work, but a little bit more. Have I ever visited you guys before?
Yes, you
Never have before.
Yeah. 24, 25, buddy.
I'm sorry.
He's looking for volunteers, you'll hear about it.
We, I'm putting some money in, we had a family reunion of all 8 of our kids, their spouses, and 16 grandchildren.
Wow.
That's why the economy with the.
Yeah, it did.
Ed, it's good to see you again, we missed you.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Elijah. Jim? It's all yours.
To do what?
Whatever you want.
After Kevin's talked about that little therapy he's going through, I'm not sure that would be interesting.
And for our visitors, Jim is a past district governor of 7680, so just want to make sure we make that perfectly clear.
Mr. Nixon used to say, I want to make that perfectly clear. I want to talk to you a little bit today about something very, very exciting, something very, very nice that's happening to our club. But I sort of feel like Ed Sullivan when he was introducing the Beatles. You didn't pay to see Ed Sullivan. You wanted to see the Beatles. And you will today, so hang in there for just a few minutes. And just about, 2 years ago, roughly about this time, this club nominated Kevin Kendrick to be governor. Now, I didn't serve on the nominating committee that year, but I can assure you that if that year was like any normal year, there were some very fine candidates.
of that very fine group, Kevin was selected to be your governor, and he is getting training and getting ready. He still has only 11 months to go,
Clock's ticking.
and no one's counting. But in 11 short months, July the 1st of 2024, this man becomes our governor. We made a commitment to Kevin about 2 years ago that we would support him in that journey, in that undertaking. He is or will become the chief spokesman and the chief authority for Rotary International in our district. And that's a group of about, 53 clubs now?
53 clubs. Yes, sir.
And many thousands of Rotarians that run from basically Shelby on the west to Hamlet and Rockingham, and Waynesboro on the east, way up to the top of the state with Jefferson's, and of course right here anchored by Charlotte. No small job, no small job. In 1896, it was in 1897 when I was governor. And some of you will remember how wonderfully and gratefully you served. And without this club's support, it just simply would not have happened. It is not a one-man job. And I would just encourage you to, let's get ready again once more. I want to talk about a couple of ways that we can do that. Kevin's tenure, he's getting ready, he's practicing, he's getting ready in the batter's box, and he will need our assistance. Now, you might say, well, how do I do that? Well, if you're running a district conference, as David Hodgkins did for me, he had a few, 100 volunteers or something like that. And quite a number of them were from our club. And David delivered to us, I can be very biased about this, the finest district conference we've ever had. And Winston-Salem, the old Salem meeting was just absolutely marvelous. And we had to have a lot of people to make that event occur. Then there's the foundation banquet. Then there's the installation of that. And I think you're beginning to see now that we need hands and feet and bodies to help us make these events very, very helpful. This is a showcasing opportunity for the club. And as we are recruiting new members, we can point to the fact that we are the club that has the governor. That's something special. There have only been 4 governors from this club since 1948. And that on average, as you do your math, that's about 1 every 18 years. And some clubs never have governors. We've been very fortunate. Now, Kevin may not ask you in terms of personally, will you do this? But there may be some things that you like to do. You may like to meet and greet people. That is a primary function of most Rotary events, meeting and greeting people from all across the district and even from other parts of our country who come to these events. Meeting and greeting, helping to plan for these things. You may not serve on an official committee, or you might. Kevin is beginning to build his team now, and he has a ways to go, but he's already gotten a great start. But he might be asking you to consider helping him either for something that is ongoing or something that is a very important and very visible one-time event. There's a lot of publicity that comes out of this too. It's good publicity for the club to have the governor, but Kevin will be speaking probably more than once to these 53 clubs. He will accumulate a fairly good number of miles for reimbursement, I can tell you that. He will present all sorts of Paul Harris awards. He will speak here, there, and yonder. He will make an impression upon people. And sometimes it's nice to have a little company as you go with Kevin on a trip like that. Just ride with him. Sometimes he might be working on something in the passenger seat while you might be driving. It's just hard to say how these things will come about. As I said, we're going to have a number of hosting events and opportunities. Please raise your hand for that if you possibly can. It's an opportunity for Dilworth also to showcase itself. What a wonderful thing. Kevin may not be here every Friday when he's governor, we'll try to drag him in as much as we can. But he may not be here, so we're gonna put a cutout here. And we invite our guests, would you like to meet the governor? And we've got a mechanical arm that will go just like this. And so you'll be bringing people here hopefully to see the club, but also you might get a chance to meet either the governor or a likeness of the governor. We may put together a little team called the Governor's Year Committee. It will function for a couple of years. It's a good interface between the Rotary District and also, of course, the club. We will have a support group ready for Marcia, because she's going to be president and Kevin is governor. Now, I don't think there'll ever be a tug of war or personnel. But back in 1996, 97, if anybody who wanted to get to David Hodgkins, they were going to have to get through me first. And there were a number of other people in that category. And I had friends with Italian last names. I'm sure that they protected David and kept him away from the club president. Marge, this is all just fiction. I'm just saying, someone would say that there may be a little competition for talent there. It can be worked out. Do you have any questions about what's coming up? I hope you have some appreciation for the significance of it. It is not something, we're very proud, of course, that this is happening, but it's also something that creates opportunities for the club. So I've got a little handout here which we're going to pass around. It's basically a summary of what I've said. And you can take it home and there are companies that will suitably frame this.
I should probably read this.
Yeah, you should.
Well, it would help if you didn't do those darn Kegel exercises. Are there any questions? Any thoughts?
For those online, I will send this out to everyone in the club.
AKA Kelly.
She's online.
I ain't touching that.
My house is down there too, but she's.
Oh, gotcha, okay.
Gavin, all yours.
Thank you, sir. First of all, I want to say thank you to Jim, because Jim has been not only a past district governor and obviously clearly a fellow Dilworth Rotarian, but Jim has been a mentor for me. Jim was one of the people that convinced me to actually throw my name in the hat to begin with, and I'm grateful for that. Jim has also been kind enough to shepherd me around the district to a few different clubs that I had not been to. Because as he says, your first visit to a Rotary club hopefully should not be as district governor. So I'm trying my best to get to as many of them as possible. And Jim has been kind enough to make some introductions and to get my foot in the door. So I am really grateful to this man. He is a scholar and a gentleman. Jenny, if you could start, do I need to do anything?
Yes.
And just one click at a time, because these build a lot. Just continue speaking of district governors. So I'm going to talk a little bit about. Do I need to do something?
No,
Okay, I'm going to do just a little introduction to build a little bit on what Jim said about district Rotary International governance. So next. Just keep clicking here, just one click.
Is that working?
Yep. This is my class of district governors. We are, keep clicking, Jenny. One more click. Rotary has 34 zones around the globe. We are in zone 33. Each zone, click again. Each zone is paired with another, so we're in zone 33 and 34, and each of those pairings is headed by a Rotary director. Keep clicking. Our current director is Jeremy Hurst from zone 34. Click again. And our director beginning in 2024 will be Patrick Eakes from zone 33. He was actually in the Greensboro Rotary Club. If you've been to PETS, you know Patrick Eakes. He's presented there many, many times. And click one more time. Our Rotary International President is going to be Stephanie Urchik, who is an incredible lady. For those of you who have not met her, if you have met her, you will remember her. Click one more time, Jenny. That's Stephanie. She is the one who came up with Rotary's strategic plan 5, 6, 7 years ago. And she put a lot of time and effort into that. She's incredibly bright. She's of Ukrainian heritage, so she feels what's going on over there it's very near and dear to her heart. She's also from Pittsburgh, but we absolutely adore her. She's the one who came up with every class of district governors has a name. Deb Corbett's class is called the Captains. Ours was the Irresistibles. So that's why we say we are simply irresistible. That's courtesy of our Rotary International President elect Stephanie Urchik. Next slide. So Rotary International districts, keep building, Jenny. Each zone has a number of districts, as you heard Jim say. Each district generally has between 45 and 60 clubs. Now there's roughly 530 districts around the globe. So in zones 33, 34, there's about 530 districts. Keep going. Each district is headed by a district governor, and as Jim said, that's the official representative of your district to Rotary International. Build again. Our job is simple. It is to provide leadership, guidance, motivation, but it's primarily to support the clubs. That's what we're there for. I've seen some people kind of take that role as district governor and say, well, we're going to be doing this, we're going to be doing that, we're going to do this, I'm going to get my club to do that. It's like, not so fast. The clubs are really kind of autonomous. They can do what they want to do as long as it's in accordance with Rotary International bylaws. So our goal is to try to get the clubs to collaborate as much as possible on initiatives and projects, and to support the presidential initiatives that come out during that year. And now, historically, the district governor travels around the district, visiting each club and delivering the president's message and whatever the initiatives are for that year. I will be doing that. And I will be assisted by my very able chief of staff, Jenny. Keep building. Next slide. So here are the current plans. One more click, 2 more clicks. Installation is going to occur in June of next year, June of 2024. It's going to be right here in Charlotte. Kate Richards has agreed to be the coordinator. Kelly Cates has agreed to be the MC. Thank you, Kelly. Next. No laughing.
She's dancing.
Oh. Jim Stump has agreed to administer the official governor's oath, and I'm very grateful to have him do that. And we're going to include the swearing in of all the AGs, district leaders, and any new presidents who want to attend that ceremony. Build again. We don't have a venue yet, but it's going to be in the Dilworth South End area for sure. So we're going to stay true to our territory. Next, as Jim said, we're going to need a few committees to work on some of the work that needs to be done for the installation. Decorating, logistics, menu, program. For Debs, there was one major issue. Next slide. There was not enough parking. So we need to make sure wherever we have this, that we have parking for everyone. We had people who showed up and who did not have a place to park. So that's not cool. Next slide. These are a few of the pictures. This first scene is kind of a back shot of Deb's area. This was held at Lenny Boy Brewery, huge room, very nice facility. All the audiovisual was included. I think they said it was $350 an hour for the rental, so it's not cheap. Next. Jim was talking about the home club being president of the district governor. There's a really formal ceremony where this home club flag is transferred from the current president or the current governor to the incoming governor's club. So that's what that looks like. Next slide. This was the program that Deb had, and they had a very nice program, welcome and recognition. invocation, pledge, had a little bit of a program there, lunch. Patrick Eakes was here to actually install Deb. They had the exchange of banners and then the installation of the assistant governors. Special presentation for outgoing district Governor Cam. And then Deb gave her comments on the theme, which is creating hope in the world. She did a very good job. And then we adjourned with the four-way test. Next. Just some more pictures of the program here that was going on. Next, Jenny. Centerpieces that were done. There was a committee for that. They had a nice menu. They were kind of build yourself tacos, but the problem was they only had 2 lines. So it took, as you're building your tacos, it took a long time for people to cycle through those lines. So the program was actually delayed by about 45 minutes because people were building tacos. So we got to do better, and we will do better. We're not gonna have tacos. No, we may have BY bring your own or something like that. This is Cam receiving his commendation from Deb for a year well served. Pay no attention to that Toilet Warrior book that was by the slide. That was something that was, it didn't come with the tacos. That was different. Next slide. So the foundation celebration, click 2 times, Jenny. It's going to be held in Gastonia, and there's a reason for that. We haven't been to Gastonia in a long time. Next, got a chair for that already. Laurel Morris, who's an assistant governor in Gaston County, is going to chair the foundation celebration. Next. Again, I selected that club because as district governor, I think I have a responsibility to get things outside of Charlotte as well. We're a big district. We got to do better than just having things constantly in Charlotte and in North Mecklenburg County. We got to reach out. Gastonia has 2 big clubs there. We want to reach out to them. Cherryville's out there. We want to make sure that we make everybody feel welcome. Planning on 250 folks to attend. We're going to need sponsorships. You know, I'm looking at about $10,000. One of the things that you have to do as district governor is you got to prepare your budget. It is very, very in-depth. I built the last 3 governors' budgets, got all that information, and I'm trying to plug in my figures now. A lot of the costs were offset because they were able to get sponsorships. Cam, in particular, did one heck of a job last year with sponsorships at the district conference. So that's going to be a priority for me. Next, the dates are going to be 11/7, 11/14, or 11/21/24. Those are the 3 dates we're going to go with. It's just going to depend on who can give us the best deal. Next, Laurel is looking at the Stowe Botanical Gardens, Lorray Mill, Gastonia Conference Center, which is where they meet now, and the Gastonia Country Club. So we've got 4 venues. She's already got menus and things from that she's scoping out. So now we're just going to look for who can give us the best price and who can accommodate that many people. And then we have adequate parking. Next. Joint District Conference. And this will be a joint district conference. You can build, Jenny. It's going to be in Myrtle Beach. Conference next year is going to be in Charleston, your territory, James. That's where Deb's conference is. Ours is going to be in Myrtle Beach. It will be held jointly. Keep building. Chair is going to be Hayden Kramer. You probably don't know Hayden. He's a great guy. He's a really, really good organizer. He organized an event this year or maybe late last year, but it was a basketball event where he brought in the Harlem Wizards and they played in Indian Trail. Big fundraiser for them. 90% of the attendees were non-Rotarians. They got a bunch of folks from the town and the community to come in and support that cause. And he ended up raising about $20,000 altogether. So it was a great thing. He organized it himself. He's going to be running the Joint District Conference for 7680. Joy Rucker has already volunteered to assist in this. I'm grateful for that. We're planning on between 250 and 300. And again, we're gonna need sponsorships for this. Keep going. This is already being planned for the last week of April or the first week of May. We've been in touch with Kingston Resorts. They have a Hilton facility and an Embassy Resort, Embassy Suites. They have a combination event there at the Kingston Resort. They also have condos that will accommodate larger groups of people if needed. Huge facility. They have like 2 miles of residences that they have access to. And it's close to the water, of course. So it's gonna be family friendly. Keep building,
And we
Jenny.
have a website for that already? that
Yes.
we're building up on.
Jenny has built the website for it, and we're gonna populate that and put more information on that. That was Hayden's idea, actually. This is gonna be held in concert with my classmate, Jeff Blass, who was just calling me. He's in Raleigh, District 7710. It's about a 3.5 hour drive for us from Charlotte. It's about a 3.5 hour drive for them from Myrtle Beach as well. We're hoping that by combining the 2 districts, we can help to drive the cost down, keep the cost down for both of our districts, and make this a lot of fun for the people that participate. Reasonably priced, family friendly. And then some of the initiatives beyond the standing events that I wanna focus on in my year. Keep building, Jenny. Jenny mentioned the survey to you. Please, please, please fill that out. We want as many Rotarians as possible to fill that thing out. We have a number of reasons for wanting to get this information from you. One of the main reasons for me is to find out which areas of focus you have the most interest in. One of the things I want to do with our 7 areas of focus is to have strategic people throughout the district who can help us identify and build projects that are associated with a particular area of focus. You give me your top 3 areas of focus, we're going to try to connect you with someone who is well versed in that area in constructing, identifying projects that will benefit the club and the community. Next. Is there a question? Yes, ma'am.
Where's the survey?
It's in the district newsletter. The email that Jenny sent you has a link directly to it. So.
And our newsletter.
And the newsletter. So, yeah.
And if you didn't save the email, you can go to our page, Dilworth Rotary Network, and there'll be a link at the top that says newsletters. Or no, it's at the bottom, there's a picture of the newsletter, just click on that, and it'll take you to the current newsletter.
And you will be getting another email on this. We know a lot of people don't open the newsletter, that's just a given. So Deb is gonna be sending out a separate email at some point in the near future, asking everybody to please participate in the survey. We wanna get at least 40–50% returns. District committees will be a huge initiative for me as well. I think sometimes we set up these committees and we don't really track them or follow them or empower them. And to Jim's point, this isn't something that I'm gonna have the bandwidth to do. I'm gonna invest a lot of time and a lot of energy in visiting the clubs. I'm gonna expect the district committees to actually do the work that needs to be done and to coordinate all of that stuff. So it's gonna be important that we get them identified correctly and that we get them staffed up correctly. Next, Jenny. I will place an emphasis on youth. When I went to the Youth Exchange Conference in Westerville, Ohio, Jenny and I were really involved with Rotary Youth Exchange back in Midland. We hosted 3 kids. And going back to Otterbein University and really seeing the impact that Youth Exchange has on these kids. We heard a speaker from Ukraine who was a Youth Exchange student 16 years ago. And her home was being bombed. Her husband got called up for the military. She went to Lviv to just escape the bombing. They started bombing Lviv. She called up a Youth Exchange student from Slovakia who had been to Knoxville, which is where she went on exchange 16 years ago. She called up this other student who had been a Youth Exchange student a year after her. The 2 had never met, but it was only because of Youth Exchange that they knew one another. And she said, "Can I come to Slovakia and live with you?" And she says, you're welcome to go to Slovakia, but I don't live there anymore. However, her dad did, and her dad was a Rotarian. She was able to take herself and her two small, very small children and lived in Slovakia for 8 months until the club in Knoxville that sponsored her youth exchange got her paperwork together, got her to Knoxville, and her two kids have learned English and are going to school. She's got an apartment. They set her up in a job. She's got a car. She's learning how to drive. But they have literally rescued this young woman and her two kids. So it's a powerful story of what youth exchange is capable of doing. We've seen that kind of circumstance happen on a much smaller level, but these relationships are relationships that last for lifetimes. And we want to build on that. So one of my priorities is going to be on youth. We're going to have more, and I got a meeting Monday with Patricia Schaefer, who runs the New Gen Peace Builders and Youth and Peace in Action. Going to be sitting down with Patricia on Monday for coffee and figuring out what we can do in conjunction with her program, because she is killing it, y'all. She is absolutely killing it. She's got projects ongoing in Memphis and Louisville, Kentucky, and in Nashville, working with kids that are at risk there. She's got the attention of city officials there, and she's getting these kids involved in having some control over their own lives. Why in the world we're not doing that here in Charlotte, I don't know. But we're gonna be involved. Next, youth exchange I've already talked about. Collaboration. Rotary is such a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful organization. We have the capability of doing so many good things. With 7 areas of focus, we can literally change the world. We just do things in so many disparate ways. We have to collaborate more. And that's not just between clubs. It's collaborating with other service organizations. That's why I reach out to Optimists and Qantas all the time. We're all in the same boat. We're all faced with diminishing resources. We need to do more. We need to have greater community impact. And we can do that through collaboration. Yep, numbers are not increasing. Yep, focus on impact and shared resources. Identifying what are the issues impacting every community. We kind of know what they are. Food insecurity. We know that that's a problem. We know that people have issues with homelessness. These are not just specific to Charlotte or Gastonia or Shelby, these are problems throughout the entire district. And if we look at it like that, if we look at it through a macro lens, as opposed to trying to identify one-off projects that benefit our clubs, this is how we can achieve impact. So that's going to be one of my mantras as well, besides Kegels. So help is wonderful. I'm telling you now, I need your help. I want your help. Keep building, Jenny. We're going to need many more things as time goes on. It's going to be a challenging year, but I think it's going to be a fun year. It's going to be a busy year, and I will not steal anything from you, I promise. I am here to support you. Keep building, Jenny. Clearly a need for support and physical presence at all of those events, the installation, the foundation celebration, the district conference. I'm going to need your help. Jim is absolutely right. On these district committees as well. I'm not asking you to do everything. I'm just asking you to fit in where you can, when you can. This is going to be a team effort. I think we have an opportunity here to really make an impact. So I want to thank Jim again for being just a heck of a nice guy, more than anything else, and for being a friend. And my thanks to y'all for investing in me 2 years ago to take on this role. I have no hidden agendas. I am 67 years old. I am fully retired. I love my life. I'm never going to work again. I'm not doing this for any other reason other than I love Rotary. And that's it. Thank you. What's that?
You have to put that back
Oh.
together.
It's on.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
You clicked over.
Any questions or comments for Kevin?
And the spirits did it all in one night.
I
John,
want to make a comment.
okay,
I am so happy that a couple of years ago, it was my opportunity to sponsor these two people. And I couldn't be happier now than I was then.
Well,
Thank you for
we are
sponsoring
grateful. We are grateful. We looked around at a lot of clubs. And just Dilworth was the right fit for us at the right time. We went to Providence, Rotary. Great club. I mean, the stuff that they were doing with the grist mill, just fantastic stuff. But this one was a better fit for us because we were looking for work.
yeah, you need to look at it.
Yep.
You got it.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Thank
I
you,
just
Jen.
wanna say it's gonna be a collaboration.
Yes, it will be, yes.
Yeah,
Count
we
on
got you.
you.
Of course.
Hey, Kevin,
Yes, sir.
we got your back.
Thank you. That's what concerns me, Bob. When I'm doing these giggles.
If you mention that again.
Bring that up again, we may change our mind.
Alan, did you have your hand raised?
No,
Oh, okay,
I gotta say, Alan has already said, put me in coach wherever you need me, and I appreciate that.
awesome.
I really do. I had another, Lorena Prince, at the social service event, she says, Kevin, whatever you need. And I love that. I love people who just say, wherever you need me, plug me in. Because that's what it's all about. That's what it's gonna take.
But we also wanna know where your talents lie and what you really like to do.
Absolutely.
That'll help also.
Drink.
Hey, let's do that raffle.
Don't let it be a bartender.
Oh, she's gonna make money on this. Who's gonna do the raffle?
You are.
Oh, no, I think we should have James do it.
You guys have.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Good point, yes.
How much is a raffle ticket?
You get three for $2.
It's a 50-50 raffle. $1 for one, one ticket, 3 tickets for $2, 10 tickets for $5. Whatever, anyway, leave it.
Yeah, hey, James, there's an unconveyed expectation that the
All
money
right,
will be
here we
donated
go.
back.
I got a challenge today, $10 worth.
So, just so that you know. No pressure, buddy, no pressure.
We do the same thing in Charleston. It's hard.
I completely believe that. I think it's heat sensitive, because the hands are attracted to it.
Get away from this one, I heard you talking.
Okay.
Magnetic. Yeah. I think we have a winner already.
Yeah, well, I just wanna say, I've been Rotarian since 1996, starting Spring Valley Rotary, and this is one of the best informative programs.
Well, thank you, James.
It was very informative because it showed, the presentation was great as far as the alignment and the map and the district. It's very, very.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Let you do it. You don't want to do it.
All
All right, I got
These tablets.
Oh,
I'm sure. I mean, I did that. literally.
You ready to designate the picker?
It's very transparent for people.
Let's look at this ticket, don't look at that.
Clubs.
We're gonna
And I could put more information in there too, about different areas.
Don't pull David's name.
He's telling the truth. Most people don't get.
468.
468.
Last three numbers.
That might be yours.
468, I have it.
All
First time since 1932.
Deliver James.
Literally, the system is broken.
Okay, let's pass up the card buckets and stand in the highway test.
papers. Let me get out of the way.
Of all the things we think say or do,
Is it the truth?
is it
Very all concerned. With the will of the friendship and gifts. We are all concerned. And would it really be fine?
Thank you.
Ring that bell, Madam President.
Go Kelly.
Multicolored.